All right, if you watch the insulin sensitivity portion and were wondering where's the supplement section, I decided to combine the gluconeogenesis and the insulin sensitivity supplements into one. So here's the video for the supplements. Number one, several B vitamins are involved in gluconeogenesis and also in glucose storage. In fact, all B vitamins except for folate play a direct role in energy storage and in energy supply. And when I say energy storage, I'm talking that glycogen synthesis. And when I say energy supply, I'm talking gluconeogenesis. Vitamin C is also necessary for energy transport within your body, specifically for creation of carnitine within the energy transport cycle. And then number three, magnesium is required for many enzymatic processes that occur in your body, including several of the ones that are associated with energy transport. Magnesium supplements, magnesium comes in all shapes and sizes. When considering any supplement, bioavailability is a key consideration. Different forms of magnesium are purported to work differently. So taking an Epsom salts bath where you just allow the magnesium to soak in through your body is one way of getting more magnesium into your body. Magnesium citrate and magnesium bisglycinate are two of my favorite forms of magnesium. Bisglycinate especially is readily bioavailable. Citrate is one that many sources will claim is more supportive of helping you stay regular with having bowel movements. I tend to take citrate very regularly and bisglycinate kind of more occasionally. Inositol. So no conversation around sugar metabolism would be complete without inositol. And just so you know, this is a short section on inositol. This is not in full. And the reason for that is because inositol deserves its very own video to unpack. There is a lot going on when we're talking about inositol. I'm about knee deep in researching and trying to understand how inositol and how the different forms of inositol, because there are many different forms, as we'll see here on the next slide, impact both insulin sensitivity and also gluconeogenesis within your body. What we're covering here in these slides is the information that I knew and what I've learned kind of to date around inositol, just to help you make a decision when you're deciding whether or not this is a supplement for you in the throes of dealing with recurrent UTI symptoms or interstitial cystitis. So inositol is a metabolic product of glucose metabolism within your body. It is naturally occurring within your body. There are a lot of different forms of inositol. And in fact, there are many different enantiomers. Enantiomers is kind of a geeky word of saying varieties. Probably the best way to think of this is as same shirt, different color. And just like you can have the same shirt, different color, and it clashes with one thing, right? Like it clashes when you try to pair it. It's the same here. It isn't always the perfect fit based on what else is going on. For blood sugar metabolism, the two inositol enantiomers that are most researched are myoinositol and D-chiroinositol. Both of these seem to impact insulin sensitivity. I'm currently muddling through no less than 20 research articles around the impact of myoinositol and D-chiroinositol on gluconeogenesis, and this is separate from the additional studies that I have pulled up on insulin sensitivity in both of these enantiomers. So again, because that's going to take me a while to unpack, and because you need relief like, yesterday, we're just walking through kind of what you need to know to make the best decision that you possibly can on whether or not to add this supplement, try this supplement. In women with PCOS, it appears that the natural ratio of myoinositol to D-chiroinositol is off compared with women who don't have PCOS. And the most popular supplement that I've seen for inositol is something called ovasitol. It contains, that is the brand name, it contains a 40-to-1 ratio of myo-inositol to D-chiroinositol. It's sold as a powder. It doesn't have any filler ingredients. It doesn't taste like much of anything, and it's readily soluble in water. In women with, actually, sorry, that's the exact same slide. I think this is, anyways, this is what the ovasitol product looks like. You're able to get it on Amazon, and Walmart also sells it. So, depending on where you live, if you're urban, if you order from Amazon, you can maybe have it same day. If you're more rural, if you want to check in and see if your local Walmart has it, it's worth consideration. We're going to walk through step by step kind of what I did after I discovered that I've got a sugar metabolism problem. And you can decide from that whether or not it's something you want to try. Probiotics for blood sugar regulation, and not just any probiotics here. The one strain in particular is Akkermansia. And to my knowledge, only one company sells probiotics that contain this strain, and that is Pendulum Life Therapeutics. There is I'm recording this now in August of 2023. When I discovered that I had dysregulated blood sugar metabolism, or when I strongly felt that this was why I was struggling so much with recurrent UTIs, was along about November of 2022. So it's been a minute. That said, I went off the deep end like one weekend. This is what I did, was research. What do I do? What kind of supplements do I take? What do I do to support my body in recovering a balanced state of glucose metabolism? And I came across Akkermansia. This particular strain has quite a bit of peer-reviewed scientific literature behind it. It's included in some, but not all, of Pendulum Life Therapeutics formulas. That particular company was established by a woman with a daughter who has type 1 diabetes. The particular bottle that is shown here is just the Akkermansia strain. Some of the other probiotics that are sold by Pendulum Life couple Akkermansia with a few other strains of probiotics that are also hard to find in most probiotic formulations, and couple Akkermansia with other probiotic strains that are or have been found to be supportive to people with diabetes. So after 2 days of intensive research, again, circa November 2022, I bought ovasitol off Amazon, and also Akkermansia and glucose control from Pendulum Life Therapeutics. I started both at the same time, so this was in no way a scientific study. Symptoms started getting better within a few days. Now, maintaining a healthy bladder. Occasionally, and this is most notably when I have alcohol for too many days in a row, my urine will start to smell fruity again. I've also noticed that when I skip my B vitamin complex for too many days in a row, I tend to start having very light UTI symptoms. They usually present as like very mild urinary urgency, and also maybe a little, well, it's mostly urinary urgency. I was going to say burning when I pee, but that's not true. Here's the thing. I know I was very lucky in recognizing the root cause of my symptom early. Yeah, I dealt with it for 1.5 years, but some women deal with this for decades. Some women deal with this for years and years on end. You may be with the group of women who've struggled with these symptoms for many years, and possibly even for decades. And so if you fall there, even with the supplements, it may not be enough. And here's I'm actually going to skip this slide for a minute. We'll come back to that. But if you've struggled with these symptoms for years, it's common to have an overactive bladder and also dysregulated pelvic floor. Pelvic floor therapist Gina Valdez provides great insight into how to downregulate and upregulated pelvic floor. The answer is not Kegels. You'll find that full video in this program. You'll find a link to it in your course materials. So I highly encourage you, if you are in this category, to listen to that. In short, Gina shares a strategy on how to retrain your bladder and reestablish the bladder-brain connection by extending the length of time between trips to the bathroom. And then she also shares bladder irritating foods to avoid.